Welcome to the Sankofa Pan-African series. Please support us through Patreon and by buying me coffee so we can continue to bring you this series. Subscribe if you've not yet done so, and please turn on your notification buttons so you know when we have new episodes. And of course, share our videos with all your contacts. This episode focuses on the kingdom of Ndongo. Historically, Ndongo was the kingdom of the Mbundu people. The kingdom covered the highlands east of Luanda, Angola, between the Cuanza and Lucala rivers. At its height in the late 16th century, it stretched west to the Atlantic coast and south of the Cuanza. According to oral and early traditions, Ndongo emerged from the kingdom of Congo, probably in the late 15th or early 16th century. The kings of Ndongo had the title Angola, which later became adopted as the name of the colony when Portugal seized power. Portugal had intermittent relations with Ndongo from 1520, but it was only in 1575 that a Portuguese base was established on the island of Luanda. Initially, the Portuguese befriended the Ndongo, that is the king of the Mbundu people, by offering the services of their men to fight in the Ndongo's army. This was, however, only a ploy to overtake the country, so that by 1579, barely 2 years after infiltrating the king's army, he and his forces were expelled from the capital and nearly driven from the kingdom. Unfortunately, the kingdom of Congo, which was the nearest neighbor to Mbundu, was co-opted by the Portuguese to help them fight against the Mbundu people. So with the help of the kingdom of Congo, the Portuguese were rescued. Otherwise, the Mbundu would have overwhelmed them. They then waged war against Ndongo and the Ndongo and the Mbundu people. This allowed the Portuguese to establish an important inland fort on the Cuanza at Masangano, and that inland port served as a base for the capture of slaves to be transported to Brazil. The Mbundu people, led by the Angolas, continued to resist, but by the end of the 16th century, the Portuguese, with the help of mercenaries, succeeded in driving Ngola Mbande, the king at the time, from his capital. He was forced to go and take refuge in the Cuanza River after a series of wars between 1617 and 1621. Those of you who have watched our episode on Queen Nzinga will recall that she was Ngola Mbande's half-sister. She was the one that her brother sent to negotiate a peace agreement with the Portuguese. And through her skills as a negotiator, Ngola Mbande was able to win a satisfactory peace agreement. So Nzinga helped her brother to get a good peace agreement. Please take the time to watch that episode if you have not. We've also written an illustrated story of Queen Nzinga's life, which you can get for your children and words. The children's story is available at our website, sankofastorybooks.com or nanadeke.org. The links are available below. After Ngola Mbande's death in 1624, Queen Nzinga took power in Ndongo. She first served as regent, then became queen. The Portuguese supported Angola Ahari, who rivaled her for the throne. And in the civil war that followed, their combined forces drove Nzinga from Ndongo to Matamba in 1631, where she continued to reign. Angola Ahari became baptized and took the name Felipe I de Souza and was proclaimed king of Ndongo, ruling from a fortified mountain base at Punga and Ndongo. Although the war between Nzinga and Felipe continued in the following years, Queen Nzinga succeeded in getting the Portuguese to renounce their claims to her kingdom in a treaty that was ratified in Lisbon by King Pedro VI on the 24th of November 1657. Queen Nzinga died in 1663. Now, the Dutch invaded the region in 1641, and Angola Ahari, then known as Felipe, relied on the Portuguese to resist the Dutch. The war ended in 1648, and then years later, Felipe's successor, his son, decided to revolt against the Portuguese, but he was defeated in 1671, and his lands were integrated into the Portuguese colony of Angola. Thanks for watching. Please support us through Patreon and by buying me coffee so we can continue to bring you this series. Subscribe if you've not yet done so, and please turn on your notification buttons so you know when we have new episodes. And of course, share our videos with all your contacts.